I agree.
Yes. I missed One Direction.
Me too.
Hi.
Hi, it's Halloween 2020. My name's Michaela, but I'm gonna be known here as Ella, and this is...
And I'm Maxine, and most of my closest friends call me Max.
And we are Max and Ella. So, it is Halloween 2020, which is different this year.
Yeah.
So, what can we say about Halloween this year?
So we live in British Columbia, Canada. BC has been doing pretty well, all things considered, during the pandemic, so good. I'm happy to live here, very grateful.
High five us.
And our beloved public health officer, Bonnie Henry, is kind of leading our way through this time. And for Halloween, her recommendations are that Halloween will look different this year, meaning you should only stay within your bubble of 6 to socialize, no parties. You can trick-or-treat if you're wearing a mask and if you're staying distant from the people's houses that you're retrieving your Halloween candy from.
Yes, but we have been too old to trick-or-treat for about 10 years.
Yeah, so that doesn't quite apply to
Not
us
quite.
anymore. But what we would have done is we probably would have had a party.
Yep.
Which
Drinking.
which is not happening this year,
No.
unfortunately.
So it's just us. But we decided to make it fun still because we're creative and we like things like this. And our friends are boring and don't
And
like to leave their
lazy.
houses.
Exactly.
So,
So what we decided to do instead, which I don't know that we can take credit for this video, there's a chance one of us saw it somewhere else,
yes,
but we're gonna
might not be 100% a new idea, but
we're using it.
we are.
And we're calling it reverse trick-or-treating. So we're gonna bring a little bit of nostalgia to our friends and
Yes.
make some little Halloween goodie bags with some of our favorite candies, and we're going to drive around to all their houses and deliver them these goodie bags,
Yes.
and
Hopefully spread a little Halloween cheer,
Yeah.
which before now I'm not sure was a thing, but we're calling it Halloween cheer.
yes.
So, is Halloween your favorite holiday?
No.
Mine neither, but we love all holidays equally, actually.
I feel
So.
like Halloween will always creep up on me, and I just never plan for it so far in advance. Like, for example, Christmas, I start thinking about in September. But
true.
Halloween, I start thinking about on October 29th. So,
Very true. I
right.
never have my costume planned until like the weekend before.
No.
What we decided to do to make it extra twisty this year is we each went to separate stores and chose our own Halloween candy based on what we liked as kids and what we always looked for in our Halloween trick-or-treating bags.
And we wanted to see if we like the same candies or if we
Yes.
prefer different ones.
We tend to have very similar taste, especially when it comes to food.
That's true.
So we are gonna see.
Shall we find out?
I think we should find out.
I haven't
So-
seen what she brought yet. Should we go get
No.
them?
Yes.
Okay,
All
sounds
right.
good. I need to explain.
Yes.
So we
Okay.
initially, I feel like I texted you and I said, let's both pick 2 to 3 boxes.
Mhm.
This is
Well,
excessive.
this is 1, 2, 3, 4, but that's okay because I also went overboard.
115.
That has 115 pieces of candy. I chose a 90-piece box, which there was also a 45 option, but I'm like, you know what? We're lucky to have a lot of great friends, and we also like to eat candy, so I wanted leftovers.
We love an abundance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, we did end up with some of the same, but really actually very different.
Okay, but this is a classic.
This is very true.
How do you have Halloween without this one mix
I
of
don't
candy?
know. That's a very good question.
No, but I went small because I had a feeling you would grab it.
I did go a little bit larger. Now, question. What is your favorite from this selection?
Okay. It depends on which age I was. So
Very
maybe
true.
like most of my childhood, definitely the Kit Kat.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I started liking coffee,
Mm-hmm.
Coffee Crisp.
Yes.
But also, Smarties are, this is such an unpopular opinion, but Smarties are so much better than M&M's.
Okay, see, we've talked about this, and I agree.
Yeah.
But if you live in Canada, you know what Smarties are. If you don't, you don't know what Smarties are. So they're like M&Ms,
Yeah.
but they're better. Well, we say they're better, and that is the final say on that.
Yeah, for sure. They have a better ratio of the hard candy to the inside.
Agreed.
And I think I like the taste of the chocolate on the inside.
I agree 100%.
Right? Okay, so what's your favorite? Then?
Well, I will say that recently I've not been such a fan of Coffee Crisp, but I love coffee. Not sure why. But as a kid, yes, I loved Coffee Crisp. Now, classic Kit Kat person or Smarties, I would say.
Smarties, yeah.
All right, so we'll go next. What
Okay.
else do we have?
So,
So this is a lot.
I'm just gonna allow for a bit of a close-up.
But I will say, I so nearly went for this box.
Did you?
Because
Why?
such a great selection.
Thank you.
I also almost went for the one that just has Reese's and O. Henry's because I'm not like a candy person.
Yeah.
I like chocolate candy
Yeah, me
myself.
too. Generally.
Generally.
So that was the reason that you didn't quite reach for this one.
Exactly.
Okay. But
Good.
you like the Reese's and the O. Henry.
Love it. As a kid,
Okay.
I went for the Reese's straight away. I like sorted
Same.
my Halloween candy. Did
Yeah.
you sort your Halloween candy?
Yes, of course.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Yes, so I always went for Reese's. Love peanut butter. I also went for O. Henry's a lot.
Yeah.
So good.
So the other reason that I grabbed this box, though, aside from the chocolate portion, is because I'm a lollipop person. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't know that.
I like
I'm learning
lollipops.
things.
I think that's all. I'm a very nostalgic person, so I think that's where this comes from. Like
Yes.
when I was younger, I would always have like my annual Halloween lollipop as part of one of the candies that I ate in the evening
That is so interesting.
after trick-or-treating. So I liked the idea. I think I know that most of our friends like Jolly Ranchers, so I grabbed the Jolly Rancher lollipops rather than like the little kid lollipops because I thought that would be more interesting. And I know some of our friends also like candy, like
See, this is the thing. I'm learning things today.
I know like a couple, maybe just two that I specifically prefer like candies to chocolates. So
We also have a friend who has a really young sister, so I feel like that'll be good for her.
heck yeah.
Because candy is classic.
Yeah, so that's the thing. It's partly because I like the mix of the chocolate with the Jolly Rancher lollipops, but the other part was I had a feeling that neither of us would reach for the gummies, and that
Yes.
at least we have some variety if we go with this one.
I like it. I'm gonna go with this next because I had never seen these
Oh.
before this year. It does say new on the box, so I think that's kind of exciting. Kinder Bueno minis. Now I have seen the mini things before. They come in like a bag. Kinder Bueno as an adult is my favorite chocolate bar, I think, if I had to
Ooh.
choose.
Really?
Yeah, I really like them. So I've never had the minis before. Never seen a Halloween candy box of minis before. I mean, they're all the same, so I can't choose a favorite or anything, but I hope our friends like these, otherwise I will just eat them all.
They're really good. I think it's nice to have something new for sure.
Yeah.
But when I saw this in the store, I
Yes.
100% was like, she's grabbing one of those.
She knows me way too well. And also, yeah, I just was overwhelmed. I'm bad at decision making, so I went for what I know because the Superstore, the Canadian Superstore, had way too many options for Halloween candy boxes, I will just say. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what I went for.
So my next one, I don't know if people know about, this is a lollipop, again.
See, I will
found
not
it-
know these things because I'm not a candy person.
Anyways, it's these, which I already opened the bag. I couldn't resist.
That's okay.
I
I've been
might-
eating Halloween candy all week.
I might want to have one while we do our, assemble our goodie bags.
Down.
but-
I honestly don't think I've ever tried one of these, so
Oh.
I'm excited.
This is, okay, so I've always been a fan of Tootsie Pops. That's
Okay.
another good lollipop. Have you had a Tootsie Pop?
I believe I have. I feel like I haven't had a lollipop since I was like 10 years old. But I'm excited
Mistakes.
for this year
Yeah.
to try some more.
Yeah, I think you're gonna like these.
Caramel apple pops. Okay.
So it's like a green apple flavored lollipop that's kind of a little bit sour, and then they've put caramel, like real caramel, dipped it in caramel, and then when you suck on it, you get like a little bit of both. So it's kind of like a
I like
candy
it.
apple. Yeah, it's a small bag. I kind of put some aside for my family, and then I brought the rest over here. So like, I feel like everyone will get one,
Sounds
but
great.
it's still something cool. So it's kind of like along the lines of the new
Mm-hmm.
additions to Halloween, just
Yes.
like the Kinder Buenos.
We are mixing it up this year and having
Exactly.
a wide variety.
Yes.
Our friends are lucky.
They are. They know it.
So, yes, they do. So my last box of candy is this 90-piece box from Cadbury. Okay, I will say I love all of these. I didn't realize it, I think, because I've always been like a classic candy person, but I did look for these as a kid, like the Wonder Bar and Mr. Big, because like I only ever saw these at Halloween.
Right.
Don't know about you, but I didn't like get these outside of Halloween. I would say my favorite from this are Wonder Bars, and I'm less a fan of caramel.
I agree.
Yeah, okay, I don't know what it is about them. Maybe it's ratio things with like chocolate to caramel ratio.
Yes.
But also I like that on here it says not actual size. So these are smaller. My family gives out small candy bars, but I know your family was one of those great families that gave out full-size candy bars.
We're that house.
They're that great house.
My mom's always been very passionate about either we
love
would
that.
make like goodie bags and have tons of candy in each one, or we give out the big ones, or we'll give big ones out and also have a stash of lollipops for the little kids too.
That is
Which
adorable.
it's fun.
They do Halloween really well.
So I have one more, but there's a bit of a story. So I brought Matt, my boyfriend, to browse the Halloween candy with me, and I made him stay quiet because this was supposed to be my preferences, and I didn't want influence from him. I didn't want, like, I was solely buying for me and you, and that was that. So I went through the aisles and I picked, this was a different thing. I picked out, nope, this box.
Yep.
And the classic box. And knowing that Michaela was also gonna pick 2 or 3, I said, that's enough. That's enough. I'm gonna stop there. I finished shopping, and he hasn't said a word because I told him to be quiet.
Good
but like,
boyfriend.
but the thing is, like, you don't need to be
Quiet.
silent. Like, you can talk about other things. You can talk to whatever. Like, you don't need to literally not talk. So we finish, and I look up at him, and I'm like, what do you think? Like, I really am, like, curious what, and he went, are you done? Are you sure? And I'm like, yes, this is what I'm getting. And he goes, you didn't choose anything that I like.
This was not for you.
Exactly.
But also, we appreciate your
I
influence.
didn't choose anything. And then I was like, well, I think Michaela will probably grab this mix, which is why I didn't grab it. And it's not my favorite, but I appreciate some aspects of it. So then I went back and grabbed, like, a small bag, which we can, like, maybe concentrate some of this in his goodie bag.
Good idea. I mean, I will say he does have good taste.
Oh,
and I did almost go for this as well.
So why didn't you?
I don't know. I was, again,
That's
so many options. I think instead of going for that one, I went for the Kinder Bueno because it was new and I like new. But honestly, a lot of these are the same. But again, as we said before, Smarties over M&Ms.
Yeah.
And this has 2 types of M&Ms, and I already had the Smarties, so...
Oh, I didn't even realize it had 2. If I'm gonna have M&Ms, it's the peanut ones. It's not
Totally.
the regular.
Those.
See, I had a feeling you actually like. I had a
Oh, I
feeling
do.
you like this.
I really like Snickers, and I
Yeah.
really do like Twix. I think we just had a box of this stuff in my house. My dad chose it, so I didn't go for it because we had already had some this year.
There you go.
But I like it. Thanks, Matt. That was a good choice. Thanks for your input. So we have a joint Pinterest board, which I guess you can check out if you want to. It's our Max and Ella Pinterest board.
We have some.
We have
some
few
things on it.
So we found inspiration through Pinterest and other things to make our goodie bags. Now we're not just gonna be normal and make like plastic goodie bags, you know, because that's boring. We're gonna make ghosts and pumpkins. So, I mean, you don't really need a whole lot. You need tissue paper. We have white for the ghosts and then green. That's not green. That's orange.
We might have a problem.
I am not colorblind. Just dumb. So, orange and white tissue paper. Green.
Heck yes.
Yes. Green, whatever this is called, ribbon.
Yeah.
And then we have what is called curly ribbons. I don't think either of us are into like scary Halloween. So we're really into like cute Halloween.
I'm being a deer this year.
Yeah, like I think I'm gonna be a devil with this
That's as
red,
scary as you
which
get.
is as scary as
Yeah.
it goes. Really.
I was Blue's Clues once.
Yeah. So we've simplified our costumes this year, and we're going as a deer and a devil.
With masks on.
With masks,
so
of
we're
course.
not gonna really be able to take advantage of the makeup too much
Not
either.
quite. This red is gonna go away, but
You gotta do what you gotta do.
totally.
Yeah. Should we get to
So,
writing our list?
I think so.
Okay, sounds good.
writing
do
a
you wanna
list.
do? So I think we should start with
so we're gonna do 20 bags.
we have so many friends.
We're really popular.
Well, we
Actually, we have like 6 friends,
Yeah.
and then we have like
little
family
siblings.
members.
Yeah. And
So-
we're gonna do this from a it's gonna be very safe. We're gonna have
Yes.
masks on. We'll be from a
Very
distance. We'll be hand sanitizing. We'll either use tongs to give them their candy, or we might just throw them.
Yes,
And we're in our own little bubble,
yes. To clarify,
which is why we're doing this together.
we are the only ones we will be together with, unmasked or not from a distance.
Yeah, other than our immediate family.
Yes, that's about it.
And my boyfriend.
And her boyfriend. Yes.
It's a package too.
Unfortunately, no. I'm kidding. We
Actually,
do.
no, it's more like for him we're a package.
Yes, I think it's unfortunate for
yeah,
him.
I think that's what it is.
But I did come first.
But
So
other than that, like, you're technically allowed a social bubble of 6, and so we're being like extra cautious that way.
yes, agreed.
So yeah, should we get to making or maybe let's make our
Yes.
piles and then we can make them into the goodie bags after.
Agreed. So you'll probably see another time lapse of us sorting candy, and then
Favorite part.
yes,
Okay.
and then maybe eating some as well. So enjoy. So, this is not hard to do, but we'll explain. So, take your candy, put it in your paper, and then attempt to make a pumpkin shape. So, round, I guess. Kind of like this, guy.
Oh, it's cute.
It is.
Oh, it's cute.
I think we will cut off a little bit
Yeah.
at the top.
Yeah. No.
I'm sorry, I feel like I'm
Putting stuff all over your workspace.
Okay, there we go.
Thank you.
Okay, just so
Yeah. So these can be more like, we can leave the tails because...
yes, exactly.
There. Oh, that's actually...
And then you switch it upside down.
It's a ghost! Do they even look cute?
Okay.
We did it!
Yeah, took a little bit longer than we thought it might, but we have ghosts.
Ghosts?
Those are, you know, pretty cute, right? So we're gonna get into our COVID-safe, COVID-friendly, very elaborate Halloween costumes.
Ready?
Ready?
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Ta-da!
I know the masks don't really match, hey?
No,
But
I've
it's
been
important.
finding I have not been matching my mask to my outfit,
But I'm a deer,
and I am the devil.
so let's go deliver these to our friends.
Let's go.
Sounds good. Max and Ella. Ella and Max. Max and Ella. Ella and her best friend Max. I love kids shows.
I know.